Hi, I'm Mindy Yoshikawa, and today I have a silhouette tutorial for you sharing some shapes I use by Lori Whitlock. So I thought I would do a feature on the popular trend of chalkboard shapes. So I created my own custom print and cut with digital papers using Echo Park's Here and Now collection. So I'm sharing with you how to import digital papers into your library in the Silhouette software. So I'm going to start by opening a window of where the chalkboard's located, paper's located, and then also opening my library. And under my library you can go to My Patterns, and I have several folders here already opened or created, and I already had one for Here and Now. I just didn't have that chalkboard paper, so I'm going to import it by dragging and dropping it over the Here and Now folder, and you'll see it pop up there. And I also wanted to share with you, since I had already started a folder, how you can do that. You can just right click and type in your new folder name, and it will pop up for you. But since I already had a folder, I just deleted it. I'm going to expand this window, and now I'm going to go show you where you can find your pattern. When you go to the top right hand corner, third from the in, it will have a section for patterns, and you can go through and look for your pattern that you just added. Right there is the one I just added. And I'm going to look for one of Lori's speech bubbles. So I'm just going to type in Lori and bubble, and it will pop up with all of the bubbles. And I'm going to ungroup and isolate just the one I need. And delete these extras. And now I'm going to do a release compound path because I only want that outline. And I can delete these insides. And I'm going to fill this shape with that chalkboard paper that I just uploaded. And I'm going to enlarge it just so you can see a bigger surface that I'm working on. And I'm going to do an internal offset to create an outline like somebody drew it with chalk, and I did 0.10, but in hindsight I might have wanted to do like 0.15 in order to get a slightly or get an outline that's slightly further away from the edge. And I'm going to change my line thickness to 0.1, excuse me, not 0.1, 1.0, so that it's a little darker and heavier, so when you print it, it's more visible. And now I'm looking for a birthday phrase. What I love about this is the collection kit has chalkboard paper, but you can't really print in white on a printer, so this is the way to get around that. And I'm going to ungroup this birthday shape, but that takes the dot and ungroups it from birthday, so I'm grouping that back together. I want to be able to put these on two separate lines. And to carry out the chalkboard theme, I'm going to switch these so that they are filled in white and have a white outline, which makes them sort of disappear, but they'll reappear when you drag them over. Now that I have it in a shape, I'll do some slight adjustments. And I'm going to group them all together now that I have oh, before I do that, I need to change the cut settings, because I don't want the word happy and birthday to cut out, which they would currently, or that white outline. So I'm going to grab those, and when I grab happy and hit no cut, you'll see that it doesn't have that red outline where it's going to cut anymore. And I really struggled on this one to grab that interior bubble for the no cut. I kept grabbing the wrong one, so I finally had to zoom in It was giving me a lot of trouble. There, I finally grabbed the right one, and now I just have an outline around the exterior, which is what I wanted. And now I will group them all together so that they're one piece. Size it down a little bit. And I'm making an A2 size card, so I just am making a standard rectangle. And I probably will cut this actually with my paper trimmer, but this just gives me a visual palette or whatever to work within, so I know the size of my project. And within that, I wanted to make another mat of different pattern paper, and so I sized it down. I wanted a 3/4 inch space around the whole thing, so I sized it to 3.5 by 4.75. And I'm just going to center it here by aligning it in the middle in the center. And for my little speech bubble, I needed some kind of critter to be talking, so I chose one of Lori's owls. She has so many cute ones. And just so I could get a feel for what size to size it, I layered it all on top of each other, which I'll ungroup it and cut them out of the individual colors later. And I made a little mistake here when I was layering them. For some reason I thought his belly went up higher, but it actually goes all the way to his feet, which I discovered when I assembled it. And now I thought it would be fun to give him a party hat for a birthday card, but Lori didn't have any party hats that I owned, so I created my own with an ice cream cone of hers that I just turned upside down. So I'm going to rotate this 180 degrees and size it down a bit. I just needed a slight adjustment. And what party hat is complete without a pom-pom? So I thought a flower would do the trick. And I'm sure so many different flowers would look cute as a pom-pom, but I had these on hand, so I pulled aside this scallop circle. And now my owl is complete, so I'm going to group all the shapes together, which again I'll ungroup them later and cut them from different papers, but this allows me to move it around on my page without it falling apart when I pick something up, and makes it easier for sizing. Now my owl kind of looks like it's floating there, so I decided to pair it. Oops, I need to move this to the top layer so you can see it. My owl kind of looks like it's floating there, so I decided to search for a pennant shape to kind of ground it. This is one of my favorite files. I use it all the time, and so I'm isolating this one and deleting the ones I don't need this time. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees counterclockwise. And it has pretty long tails there, and I want them to be a little bit stubbier and shorter so that when it hangs over that photo mat on my card, you can't see the mat below. So I am aligning these along the top and going to weld them together to create one longer. This is similar probably in length to the original, but that was the way I was able to achieve these shorter tails. Now I'm trying to grab this little owl and bring him to the top, but I grabbed the wrong thing. And I thought it would add a little extra splash of color and be a fun detail to create another pennant within the pennant that has the same angle for the tails of the pennant. And so I did this little trick where I will cut and I'll weld basically a rectangle with that pennant, and it will cut and remove the outsides. So I'm going to center it here and drag that rectangle to exceed the sizes. Now I'm going to grab them both and align them in the middle so it's centered in the center. And then I'm going to modify and intersect. So now I have just the inside portion left over. I'm going to have to move this one back just a little bit so my owl stays on top. And then you can see how beautifully they line up together. And it's just the perfect little perch for your owl. I decided, I'm trying to grab my owl, I decided I wanted to move him and enlarge him just a little bit so he filled more of the card space. And same with my speech bubble. I'm going to move that aside, and I'm going to move these over to the right hand side, and I'll cut those out later when I'm not on the video, but you'll see the finished result. But I wanted to share with you how to do the print and cut. So you're going to switch your paper to letter size unless you have a 12 by 12 wide format printer, and go over to registration marks and hit show registration marks. And mine was showing something I'd never seen before, so I was trying to get rid of that. So I ended up going down to type 1, which is what I am accustomed to seeing on a print and cut. And you want to drag over your shape and make sure not to have it go where the little diagonal hatch marks are. You can go anywhere within that red outline perimeter, and as long as it doesn't go over those hatch marks. And I just was, I didn't have cardstock on hand when I shot this, but I wanted to share with you how to print. So there's a window when you go to the cut, it will pop up with the option to print it first. And then after that, you would come through and cut it out according to where it shows on the mat. Unfortunately, I didn't take the time to do this while I was shooting this video, but I did it right afterwards. And my it's telling me my silhouette wasn't on. Anyway, so I completed this card by using more of the Here and Now papers that Lori designed for Echo Park, the traditional little 6x6 pad, and it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. So I hope I've taught you something new and that you give these custom print and cuts a try. Thanks for stopping by.